Yo, what is up everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. So hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. And it is time to go ahead and talk about HILDR, the, whatever that is, Draconic Valkyrie. Really cool looking dragon. You guys have probably already seen him because those videos got a pretty good amount of views. So I'm assuming the majority of you guys who are watching this have seen it already. But this is going to be the Sorcerer. It is not half priced, only the Hunter is. But this guy is basically like a buff Kanaris. For those who don't remember, Kanaris was like the thing. I know people are going to be like, but Odin, Kanaris was never a thing, you know, because coach, and all that, which is really funny. But Kanaris was like really powerful for a very long time. For the majority of players, obviously people at max level were like, no, she's absolute garbage. Why would anyone get her? But then the rest of the community was like, oh my goodness, it's Kanaris, like amazing. Oh my goodness, Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like it is ridiculous. So this guy is a buffed Kanaris, and I'm really excited. I think he's gonna be useful. Do I think he's gonna be like super duper powerful against completely max bases, triple defended in wars? Maybe. But let's just go and look at the spells. So, Spear Salvo. Active red 1 rage, which is basically seeking shots, fires 3 projectiles at up to 3 targets, each dealing 15% of the dragon's HP. And this is what I don't really understand. Does that mean it's going to shoot up to 9 projectiles in total? Or 3 projectiles randomly at up to 3 targets? Like you could have, you know, one building get 1 projectile and then another building get 2, or like do 3 projectiles hit 3 buildings. I don't necessarily understand that. We'll be able to see like once I actually get the dragons, but doesn't sound like too bad. I mean, it doesn't sound terrible. If it's like seeking shots, I don't remember how like the percentage of damage works with seeker shots. If it's 15%, then that actually is quite a lot of damage. So I'm not exactly sure, you know, the relatability of those 2 spells, but we'll see tomorrow, I guess. I can't believe new season starting tomorrow. That's crazy. Static Blast, active white 2 rage, freezes buildings for 3 seconds and deals 8% of dragon's base HP as damage. Spell has a 6-second cooldown. So freezes buildings. It doesn't sound like this is going to be like a free spell to where you actually have to throw it. I think it's more like Jorms, which basically deals a percentage of his HP. But when you hit it, it doesn't like, you don't throw it or you don't cast it. It's just, it immediately freezes the towers. I think that's what this thing does, which is nice, especially when there's a ice flak, because it makes it a lot easier to freeze the buildings even if there's an ice flak with the super shot ready. So not bad. 8% of the dragon's base HP, again, it really depends on the dragon. Spiritual Guardian, this is what makes it a little bit more like Kanaris. Kanaris? Yeah, Kanaris. Passively summon an ethereal, I know I'm mispronouncing that, oh well. The dragon. The Guardian deals 2% of the dragon's base HP as damage and has 500% the dragon's base HP as health. The Guardian will absorb 40% of all incoming damage and increase the dragon's rage generation by 30% while it is present. So that is pretty insane. 500% dragon's base HP, and it absorbs 40% of all incoming damage, and increases rage generation, and it deals some damage, which is like a warrior dealing damage. So the thing with this type of spell, alright, the biggest issue with sorcerers is the fact that they have the swipe attacks, which makes it to where people who are spamming repairs can just screw over any sorcerer if they can't one-shot a building. This guy deals 2% of the dragon's base HP as damage continuously. So repairs aren't as strong against warriors, surprisingly, as they are against sorcerers who don't have a one-shot spell. So this guy actually negates that advantage that some bases have. Not like entirely, because, you know, repairs, if done properly, can still negate all this damage and, you know, you won't kill anything, but it's still quite a nice bonus, especially if people aren't like spamming repairs constantly. Another thing is that sorcerers can't really survive a whole lot if you have no rage. This makes it to where they can tank a little bit longer. And sometimes that, you know, little bit longer is just enough to get just enough rage to, you know, let's say freeze or use the Spear Salavo or whatever. So that is awesome. I really like when they have these types of things to where, you know, they spawn something and it deals damage, increases their HP, absorbs damage, and then also on top of that, increases their rage generation. It's like a huge package deal. Or imagine a hunter. Like, I guess not a hunter because it wouldn't really work because hunters would just get screwed over because... yeah, it couldn't have, you know what, never mind. That's a bad idea. Alright, I should not be saying that. He's just going to be like, oh my goodness, yeah, let's put a hunter that has vines or desiccating sand on it, and let's give it a spiritual guardian. Alright, because then the spiritual guardian will just unsand everything. Perfect sense. Okay, anyways. And then you have dark flak resist, which is not too bad. I think this guy's going to be interesting. I'm excited. Definitely will be nice for invader runs, because the 1 rage, 0.5 second cooldown, like, this is just going to be spitting out those things. So this is going to be like my new Equester. Back in the day, I used Equester like constantly. I would just farm poachers and invaders just all day long, just using Equester because he was so fast. Because all you had to do was like hit one building and the lightning zapped every tower, one-shot everything, you move on to the next island. This guy I think is going to be the same. So even if I don't use him like for PvP against other players, against invader bases, this guy is going to make my life a lot easier. And against these new Atlas beasts, definitely going to be nice, because I need to farm a lot more shards to get my gear leveled up. So, not too shabby. I am actually quite impressed. These dragons this season don't look too bad at all. By the way, guys, I decided to go ahead and pause me doing a video on the Mythic Warrior until I actually get some more information on it, because I'm not entirely clear on how the spells work. So his runes increases spear salvo damage, and then the mythic rage generation and spear salvo damage. So not too bad. It just increases the damage, which is definitely not too terrible. The sorcerer itself is earth, so better have earth gear. This screws me over because I have like no earth gear besides my stuff for Itzani, which is on Itzani, and I'm not giving it to this guy over Itzani because Itzani is 100% better than this guy. But yeah, again, oh yeah, by the way, I mentioned in my last video, but shout out to Shadow of Birds. Check her out on Instagram, Shadow of Birds. You can see it right here. She's the one who creates these awesome graphics every single time. And yeah, so anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like down below, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.